There is a moment, just before sleep takes you, when the world becomes softer, quieter, almost as if something unseen is gently lowering the volume of everything around you. And if you listen closely in that moment, you might feel it. A slow rhythm, steady and calm, like distant breathing that does not belong to you, yet somehow matches your own. And if you follow that feeling, if you let it guide you without resistance, you may find yourself standing in a vast, open field, not suddenly, not sharply, but as if you have always been there, as if you simply remembered where you were supposed to be all along. The air is cool but not cold, carrying the faint scent of earth that has rested through centuries. And somewhere in that quiet space, a horse is standing, not moving, not restless, not searching, simply being. And there is something about that stillness that feels deeper than silence, something that seems older than time itself. The kind of stillness that does not ask anything from you, does not demand attention, and yet, gently, almost irresistibly, holds it. You do not walk toward the horse immediately. There is no need. Distance feels natural here, respectful, like standing near something ancient and understanding without words that closeness is not required to feel its presence. The horse breathes slowly, and that breath carries into the air like a quiet wave, expanding, fading, returning again, each inhale and exhale so even, so steady, that your own breathing begins to follow it without effort, slower, deeper, softer, as if your body has found something it recognizes, something it has been searching for without knowing. Horses have lived on this earth for a length of time so vast that the mind cannot fully hold it. Long before cities, before language shaped the way we think, before human hands built anything that would last, there were small creatures moving through dense, ancient forests, their bodies light, their steps careful, their eyes wide with awareness. These were not the horses we know today. They were smaller, quieter, almost fragile in appearance, yet inside them, there was a direction, a slow, patient unfolding that would take millions of years to complete, a transformation so gradual that no single moment defined it, no sudden shift, no dramatic change, just time, endless time, shaping bone, muscle, instinct, generation after generation, until one day, though no one was there to witness it, the horse became what it was always becoming. The forests opened, the land stretched wide into plains that seemed to have no end, and the horse changed with it. Its body lengthened, its legs grew stronger, its many small toes slowly gave way to one, a single, powerful hoof, built not just to stand, but to carry motion, to hold speed, to press against the earth and return energy with every step. And if you imagine that hoof now, resting quietly in the grass, it may seem simple, almost unremarkable, but it carries within it a history older than anything you have ever touched. A design written not by intention, but by time itself. And the horse standing before you now carries all of that without effort, without memory of it, because it does not need to remember. It simply is, and there is something deeply calming in that. The absence of urgency, the absence of struggle, just existence, complete and unforced. You notice the way the horse's ears move, slowly, independently, one turning toward a distant sound you cannot hear, the other drifting back, listening to something closer. And there is no tension in it, no fear, just awareness. A quiet, continuous connection to the world around it. Horses see differently than we do. Their eyes, set wide on the sides of their head, allow them to take in almost everything at once, nearly the full circle of the world, without needing to turn, without needing to search. And for a moment, try to imagine that, not focusing on one thing, not narrowing your attention, but simply allowing everything to exist around you at the same time. No urgency to understand it, no need to react, just seeing, just being aware. And as you imagine this, something inside you may begin to loosen. The constant narrowing of thought, the pressure to focus, to decide, to act. It softens, it spreads out, like the horse's vision itself, wide, open, calm. The horse shifts its weight slightly, not in discomfort, but in ease. One hind leg resting, the body balanced without effort. This is how horses rest, even while standing. Their bodies have learned how to release tension without collapsing into sleep. A quiet adaptation from a world where rest had to exist alongside readiness. But here, in this moment, there is no danger, no urgency, and the horse knows it, not through thought, but through feeling. Its muscles are loose, its breathing slow, its head slightly lowered, a posture of trust. And if you stay here long enough, without forcing anything, you may begin to feel that same trust settling into you, not as a decision, but as a quiet shift, a soft letting go. The air moves gently across the field, carrying with it the faint sound of grass brushing against itself, a sound so subtle that it almost disappears the moment you notice it, and yet it remains, constant, like a quiet background rhythm. The horse exhales again, longer this time, and there is something in that sound, something deeply grounding, like the earth itself releasing tension. And without thinking, your body responds. Your shoulders soften, your jaw relaxes, your breathing slows further, and the world, whatever it was before, whatever noise, tension, movement it held, begins to feel distant, not gone, but no longer important. Because here, in this wide open quiet, nothing is asking anything from you. Nothing needs to be solved. Nothing needs to be held on to. There is only this moment, this field, this quiet presence of a horse that has existed in harmony with the world for millions of years. And as your awareness settles deeper into that, you may begin to understand something without words, something simple, something ancient. That peace is not something you create, it is something you return to when everything else falls away, and the horse, still standing there, breathing slowly, steady, calm, becomes less something you are observing and more something you are sharing. The same air, the same stillness, the same quiet rhythm that carries you gently, slowly, toward rest. There is a quiet shift that happens, so subtle that you may not notice when it begins. The kind of change that does not arrive all at once, but slowly, like the deepening of night when the last traces of light fade without asking for attention. And as you remain there, in that open field, beside the presence of the horse, something inside you continues to soften. Your thoughts no longer move sharply from one idea to the next. They begin to stretch, to drift, to settle into longer, slower patterns, almost as if your mind itself is learning from the rhythm of the animal before you. The horse does not rush its awareness. It does not divide the world into pieces. It simply allows everything to exist at once. And as you watch it, or perhaps now, simply feel it, your own awareness begins to widen in the same way. Not focused, not tense, just open, just present. The horse lowers its head slightly, its nose brushing the tops of the grass. Not searching, not urgent, just exploring in the quiet way it always has. Its nostrils widen gently, drawing in the scent of the earth, the subtle layers of the world that most human senses pass over without noticing. The smell of damp soil beneath the surface, the faint sweetness of grass warmed by the last light of the day, the distant trace of water somewhere far beyond the horizon. Horses understand the world through scent in a way that feels almost like memory. Not thinking, not analyzing, just knowing. And if you imagine for a moment, breathing in slowly, deeply, letting the air move through you without resistance, you may begin to notice something as well. The temperature of the air, the way it touches your skin, the softness of it, the quiet weight of it, as it fills your lungs and leaves again, slower now, calmer, deeper. The horse's ears shift again, one turning forward, catching something far away, a sound so faint that it barely exists. Perhaps the movement of wind through distant grass, perhaps something stepping lightly across the earth. It does not matter what it is. What matters is the way the horse receives it. Without fear, without tension, just awareness, just a gentle recognition that something is there. And then, just as easily, it lets it go. This is something the horse does constantly. It notices, and then releases. Nothing is held longer than it needs to be. Nothing lingers. And as you remain here, in this shared stillness, you may begin to understand how different that is from the way the human mind usually moves. How often thoughts are held, repeated, carried forward long after they are needed. But here, in this quiet field, with nothing asking for your attention, you are allowed to do something else. You are allowed to notice, and then let go. Just as the horse does, a thought appears, soft and distant, and instead of following it, you simply allow it to pass. Like the sound the horse heard, acknowledged, and then released back into the quiet. Your body continues to settle, deeper now, heavier, but not in a way that feels weighed down, more like being gently supported, as if the ground itself is holding you, steady, calm. The horse shifts its stance again, one hind leg relaxing further, the muscles along its side loosening completely. There is no tension left in its body, no readiness, no urgency, only rest. Even while standing, the horse has entered a state that exists somewhere between wakefulness and sleep. A soft, drifting awareness where nothing needs to be done, and nothing is expected. And as you remain with it, you may begin to feel your own state changing in the same way. Not fully asleep, not fully awake, just drifting. Just resting in the space between. Your breathing now almost perfectly matched to the slow rhythm of the horse. Inhale, long and quiet. Exhale, even longer, releasing more with each breath than you realized you were holding. Your shoulders sink slightly. Your chest opens without effort. Your face softens. Even the small muscles you did not notice before begin to release. The tiny tensions around your eyes, your jaw, your neck, all of it slowly unwinding. The horse lifts its head again, just slightly. Not alert, not tense, simply adjusting. Its eyes half closed now, not focused on anything in particular, just resting in the quiet presence of the world around it. And there is something about that gaze, that softness, that feels deeply reassuring. Not because it is watching you, but because it does not need to. There is no judgment here, no expectation, no requirement to be anything other than what you are in this moment. And that, more than anything, allows the mind to rest, truly rest. The air grows cooler as the light fades completely. The sky deepens into darker shades, and somewhere above, though you do not need to look, the first stars begin to appear, distant, quiet, steady, the kind of presence that has existed long before anything else and will continue long after. And beneath that vast, still sky, the horse remains, breathing, grounded, at ease, and you, still beside it, no longer separate from the quiet, but part of it. Your thoughts slower now, fewer, softer, like echoes fading into the distance. And each moment that passes, you feel yourself drifting further, not away from anything, but deeper into this calm, deeper into this gentle, steady rhythm, where nothing needs to be understood, nothing needs to be held on to, and everything simply is. And as that quiet continues to deepen, not in a way that feels like something new is being added, but rather as if everything unnecessary is slowly falling away, you may begin to notice how little is required for this calm to exist, how the field does not need to change, how the horse does not need to move, and how your own mind, once it stops reaching outward, begins to settle inward, gently, naturally, without effort. The horse stands in that same place, its presence unchanged, its breathing still slow and steady, and there is something almost hypnotic in the consistency of it, the way each breath arrives, then leaves, without interruption, without hesitation, as if time itself has softened around it. And as you remain here, something else begins to reveal itself, not through sudden realization, but through quiet observation. The way the horse's body holds a memory of movement even in stillness, the subtle tension in its muscles that is not stress, but readiness, not fear, but awareness. The quiet knowledge that at any moment it could move, could run, could cross the entire field in a matter of seconds, and yet it chooses not to. It remains. And that choice, that quiet restraint, carries its own kind of power, a power that does not need to prove itself, a power that rests, fully contained, beneath the surface. Horses have always lived between stillness and motion, between calm and speed. And that balance is something they carry effortlessly. Their bodies shaped over millions of years, not just for survival, but for harmony with the land itself. And if you allow your awareness to follow that idea, just for a moment, you may begin to feel how your own body also holds both stillness and motion. How beneath your calm breathing, there is always movement. Your heart beating quietly, your lungs expanding and releasing, your muscles holding you gently in place. And yet, like the horse, you are capable of stillness, deep, complete stillness, not forced, not rigid, but soft, natural, as if the body itself understands how to rest when it is allowed to. The horse lowers its head again, this time grazing lightly, the movement slow and unhurried, each bite of grass taken with a rhythm that feels almost timeless. Not driven by hunger alone, but by habit, by instinct, by a pattern so deeply ingrained that it requires no thought. And as it moves its jaw in that steady, circular motion, there is a quiet sound, soft, repetitive, almost like a distant whisper, a rhythm that blends into the background of the night. And if you listen closely, without trying too hard, you may begin to notice how that sound settles something inside you. The repetition, the consistency, the absence of sudden change. All of it gently guiding your mind toward a slower state, a softer rhythm, where thoughts no longer rush, but arrive slowly and fade just as gently. The horse pauses for a moment, lifting its head slightly, its ears turning again, not sharply, not urgently, just enough to acknowledge something far away. And then, just as before, it lets it go. The awareness passes through it without leaving a trace. And this quiet ability to notice without holding on becomes easier for you as well. A thought may appear, something from earlier, something unfinished. But instead of following it, instead of allowing it to pull you away from this calm, you simply observe it, the way the horse observes the distant sound. And then you let it pass. No resistance, no effort, just a gentle return to the quiet. Your breathing now even slower, deeper, the space between each breath widening, not in discomfort, but in ease. Your body's sinking further into relaxation, supported, held, as if the ground beneath you has become softer, more forgiving. The horse shifts again, a small adjustment, its weight settling differently, and there is a quiet grace in that movement, a balance so natural that it does not draw attention to itself, and yet it carries a sense of stability that is deeply reassuring. The kind of stability that does not depend on anything external. It simply exists. And as you remain here, sharing this space, this stillness, this rhythm, you may begin to feel that same stability within yourself. Not something you create, not something you control, but something that has always been there, beneath the movement of thoughts, beneath the tension of the day, waiting quietly for this moment, for this pause, for this return to calm. The sky above continues to darken, the stars now more visible. Though you do not need to look, you can feel their presence, distant and steady, like quiet points of light holding the night together. And beneath that vastness, the field remains unchanged. The horse remains as it is. And you, no longer separate from this quiet, continue to drift, deeper now, softer, your thoughts fewer, lighter, like distant echoes that no longer ask for your attention. And in this space, where nothing needs to be done, nothing needs to be understood, you may begin to feel something else, something even quieter than thought. A sense of rest that does not come from sleep alone, but from letting go, completely, gently, without resistance, just as the horse stands, breathing, present, and at ease. And now, as the quiet settles even deeper, you may begin to feel as though the space around you has widened. Not physically, not in a way that can be measured, but in a softer, more subtle sense, as if the world itself has made room for stillness, as if everything unnecessary has stepped back, leaving only what truly matters in this moment: the slow breath, the open field, the presence of the horse, and the calm that moves gently between all of it. The horse has not gone anywhere. It remains where it has always been, grounded, steady, and yet something about it feels different now. Or perhaps it is not the horse that has changed, but your way of sensing it. Your awareness no longer sharp or searching, but softened, expanded, like the wide vision of the horse itself, taking in everything without needing to focus on anything at all. The horse's body is quiet, its muscles loose, its posture unforced, and there is a kind of deep intelligence in that stillness, not the kind that thinks, not the kind that solves, but the kind that simply knows when to rest, when to release, when to allow the body to return to its natural rhythm. And as you remain here, breathing slowly, evenly, you may begin to feel that same intelligence waking gently inside you, not as a thought, but as a sensation, a quiet knowing that you do not need to hold on so tightly, that you do not need to keep everything active, that it is safe, in this moment, to soften completely. The horse exhales again, a long, slow breath that seems to melt into the air. And something about that exhale feels like an invitation, not spoken, not directed, just present, as if the world itself is showing you how to let go. And without effort, your own breath follows. Longer now, slower, each exhale releasing more than the one before. Tension that you did not even notice begins to dissolve. The small, quiet tightness in your chest, the subtle holding in your shoulders, the faint pressure behind your eyes, all of it loosens, fades, disappears into the stillness around you. The horse shifts slightly, lowering its body just a little more, not fully lying down, but relaxing deeper into its stance, its head dipping closer to the earth, its eyes almost fully closed now, not asleep, but resting in that delicate space between awareness and dream. And as you observe this, you may begin to feel yourself moving toward that same space, not forced, not sudden, but gradual, like drifting on calm water, where each moment carries you a little further, a little deeper. Your thoughts now slower than before, fewer, softer. They no longer arrive in sharp lines. They come like distant waves, gentle, fading before they fully form. And each time one appears, you allow it to pass, just as the horse allows every sound, every scent, every movement to pass through its awareness without holding on. The air around you has cooled slightly, not in a way that is uncomfortable, but in a way that feels grounding, settling, like the gentle touch of night as it fully arrives. And somewhere, far beyond the field, there may be sounds, distant, indistinct, but they no longer reach you in the same way. They do not pull your attention outward. They simply exist, part of the world, separate from this quiet space where you now rest. The horse remains calm, completely at ease, its breathing steady, its presence unchanged. And there is something deeply reassuring in that consistency, something that tells your body, without words, that everything is safe, that there is no urgency, no need to react, no need to stay alert. Just this moment, just this stillness, just this quiet rhythm that continues without interruption. Your body feels heavier now, not weighed down, but supported, as if the ground beneath you has softened even more, holding you gently, allowing you to release completely into it. Your arms relaxed, your legs still, your entire body resting in a way that feels natural, effortless, as if you have returned to something familiar, something you have known for a very long time, even if you cannot quite name it. The horse stands, or perhaps now, almost drifts in place, its awareness no longer sharp or searching, but soft, inward, like a quiet pool of still water. And as you remain here beside it, sharing this calm, this presence, you may begin to feel that there is no separation between you and this moment, no distance between your breath and the rhythm of the field, no difference between your stillness and the stillness of the horse. Everything has slowed, everything has softened, and in that softness, something else appears, something deeper than thought, deeper than feeling, a quiet sense of peace that does not need to be created, because it has always been here, waiting, beneath everything else. And now, as you rest in it, without effort, without resistance, you begin to drift even further, your mind quieter than before, your body fully relaxed, your awareness gently fading into that soft space between wakefulness and sleep, where everything is calm, everything is steady, and nothing needs to be done, except continue, slowly, gently, drifting. And as you continue to drift, gently, almost weightlessly, there is a quiet moment where even the sense of time begins to loosen, not disappearing completely, but softening, stretching, becoming less defined, as if the night itself has decided there is no need to measure anything anymore, no need to count moments, no need to move forward or back, only this steady, endless now. And within that quiet, the horse remains, still breathing, still grounded, yet somehow even more distant now, not in space, but in the way your awareness holds it, softer, quieter, like something seen through calm water, present, but no longer sharp. And this is where something deeper begins, something that does not rely on sight or sound, something that feels more like a shared rhythm, a quiet connection that does not need words. The horse's breath continues, slow, even, and your own breath follows without effort. Inhale, gentle, unforced. Exhale, longer, releasing more each time. And with every breath, you drift a little further inward, not away from the field, but deeper into it, as if the boundary between you and the world around you has begun to dissolve. The air no longer feels separate from your body. It feels like part of it, moving through you, carrying calm with it. The ground beneath you feels steady, familiar, as though it has always been there to hold you exactly like this, without asking anything in return. The horse shifts again, but now, even that movement feels distant, like a memory rather than an event. Its presence still there, still real, but no longer something you need to observe, because, in a quiet way, you have already absorbed it. Its stillness has become your stillness. Its calm has become your calm. And this is the moment where the mind begins to rest more completely. Thoughts no longer form in clear shapes. They appear faintly, then dissolve before they fully arrive, like soft ripples that fade before reaching the edge of a pond. There is nothing to follow, nothing to hold on to. And without those anchors, your awareness begins to drift even more freely. Deeper, slower, softer. The body continues to relax, not in large movements, but in small, almost invisible ways. The muscles around your neck loosen completely. Your shoulders sink further. Your jaw softens. Even your eyelids feel heavier now, as if they are no longer holding themselves open, but simply resting. Your breathing remains slow, steady. Each inhale slightly quieter than the one before. Each exhale longer, smoother, carrying away anything that does not belong in this moment. And as that rhythm continues, something inside you begins to feel safe. Not in a loud or obvious way, but in a quiet certainty. The kind of safety that does not need to be questioned, because nothing here challenges it. The field remains calm. The night remains still. The horse remains at ease. And you, now fully part of this quiet space, feel no need to move, no need to think, no need to hold on to anything at all. The sounds of the world have faded almost completely. Not gone, but distant, like echoes from far away that no longer reach you clearly. And in their place, there is a deeper silence, one that feels full rather than empty, a silence that holds everything gently, without pressure, without demand. And within that silence, your awareness begins to shift even further. No longer focused outward, no longer observing, but simply resting, floating, drifting. Your body now completely supported, your breath steady, your mind quiet, and the space between each thought growing wider until there are moments, soft, gentle moments, where there are no thoughts at all, just calm, just stillness, just the quiet rhythm of being. The horse is still there, somewhere, breathing, existing, but it no longer feels separate from you. It feels like part of the same calm, part of the same steady rhythm that now carries you deeper and deeper toward rest, toward that gentle edge where awareness fades into sleep, where everything becomes softer, slower, quieter, and as you continue to drift, without effort, without resistance, there is nothing left to do, nothing left to follow, only this calm, this steady, quiet presence, guiding you slowly, gently, into sleep. And now, as everything continues to soften, even the quiet itself seems to grow deeper, like a calm ocean at night, where the surface is still, but beneath it, everything moves slowly, gently, without disturbance. And you are no longer standing at the edge of this calm. You are within it, fully surrounded by it, held by it, as if the night has wrapped around you in a way that feels natural, effortless. The field is still there, somewhere, but it no longer needs to be seen. It is felt, like a memory that does not fade. The presence of the horse remains as well, but now it is quieter, more distant, not because it has moved, but because your awareness has moved deeper, away from the surface of things, into a softer space, where everything becomes less defined, less separate, more unified. Your breathing continues, slow, steady, almost automatic now. You are no longer guiding it. It simply happens. Inhale, gentle, easy. Exhale, longer, smoother, each breath flowing into the next without interruption, without effort. And with every cycle, your body sinks further into rest, deeper into stillness. Your muscles no longer hold even the smallest tension. Your shoulders have fully released, your chest open and soft, your face completely relaxed. Even the tiny movements behind your eyes have slowed, fading into a calm stillness. Your body now feels as if it belongs entirely to this moment. No weight, no resistance, just rest, complete and quiet. The horse, somewhere in that shared space, lowers itself fully to the ground, slowly, carefully, folding its legs beneath its body before easing onto its side. A movement so natural, so unhurried, that it seems to happen outside of time. And now it rests, completely, its body stretched softly against the earth, its breathing deep and even. This is the deepest kind of rest for a horse, the kind that only comes when there is no fear, no need to remain alert, only trust. And that trust spreads quietly through the space around it, reaching you without words, without effort, as if your body recognizes it instantly and responds. Your mind drifting further, no longer forming clear thoughts, only faint impressions that come and go like distant echoes, and even those begin to fade, leaving longer spaces of pure quiet, pure stillness, where nothing moves, nothing interrupts, just a soft, continuous calm. The air feels warmer now, or perhaps softer, like a gentle layer that surrounds you completely, holding you in place, supporting you without pressure. And somewhere far away, the world continues, but it no longer reaches you. It has become distant, unimportant, as if you have stepped into a space where only this moment exists, only this calm, only this quiet rhythm that continues without end. The horse breathes, slowly, deeply, its body completely still, and your own breathing follows, perfectly aligned now, as if the two rhythms have become one. Inhale, soft, unforced. Exhale, long, releasing. And with each breath, you drift further, deeper, into that space where awareness begins to dissolve, where the edges of thought disappear, where the need to understand, to notice, to hold on, fades completely. Your body now feels as if it is floating, not moving, not falling, just suspended gently in calm, supported from all sides, safe, at ease. Your mind no longer reaching outward, no longer searching, simply resting, completely. The field, the sky, the horse, all of it now part of a single, quiet presence. No separation, no distance, just calm, just stillness, just the gentle rhythm of breath that continues without effort. And as you remain here, drifting, softening, letting go more with each passing moment, you may begin to feel sleep approaching. Not suddenly, not sharply, but like a slow wave, rising gently, surrounding you, carrying you further away from thought, further into rest. Your awareness now fading, your body completely relaxed, your breathing slow and steady, and there is nothing left to do, nothing left to hold, only this calm, this quiet, this gentle, endless drifting, carrying you softly into sleep. And as that gentle drifting continues, almost unnoticed, like a soft current beneath still water, something even quieter begins to unfold. a kind of stillness so deep that it no longer feels like something you are experiencing, but something you have become part of, as if the boundary between you and this calm has completely dissolved. There is no longer a sense of observing, no longer a sense of being separate, only a quiet presence, steady, endless, at ease. The horse, resting somewhere within this shared space, breathes slowly, deeply, its body fully surrendered to the ground beneath it. And that rhythm, that soft rise and fall, continues without interruption, without change, like a steady anchor in the quiet. And though you no longer need to see it, you can feel it, not as an image, but as a sensation, a calm, grounding presence that remains constant, unshaken. And your own breathing now mirrors it so naturally that there is no difference between the two. Inhale, soft, almost silent. Exhale, long, smooth, dissolving into stillness. Each breath carrying you further away from the surface of awareness, deeper into that gentle space where nothing needs to be held. Your body is now completely at rest, every muscle relaxed, every point of tension released, as if the weight you once carried has quietly disappeared, leaving only a sense of lightness, of ease. Your arms, your legs, your entire body resting exactly as it needs to, supported fully, without effort, without resistance. Your face calm, your jaw loose, your eyelids heavy, no longer holding anything open, just resting, as if they have gently closed on their own. Your thoughts now barely forming, faint, distant, like soft shadows that appear and fade before they can take shape. And even those begin to dissolve, leaving longer and longer moments of complete quiet, where nothing moves, nothing interrupts, only stillness, pure, soft, uninterrupted stillness. The night around you feels deeper now, fuller, as if it has expanded beyond space, beyond time, holding everything gently within it. The field, the sky, the resting horse, all of it existing in perfect calm, without change, without urgency. And you, no longer separate from that calm, continue to drift, slowly, effortlessly, your awareness fading further, like a soft light dimming, not disappearing, but becoming quieter, more distant, until even the sense of drifting begins to fade, replaced by something simpler, something softer, a quiet resting, a gentle surrender. Your breathing remains steady, even almost invisible now, your body completely still, completely at ease, and there is a sense, deep within this calm, that everything is exactly as it should be. Nothing missing, nothing needing to change. Only this, only now, only the quiet rhythm of rest that carries you further and further toward sleep, where thoughts no longer reach, where awareness softens completely, and where the calm you have entered becomes the only thing that remains. Steady, gentle, endless, and you continue, without effort, without awareness of time, drifting, softening, fading gently into that deep, peaceful rest. And now, without any clear moment of transition, without any sharp edge to mark where one state ends and another begins, you find yourself resting in a calm so complete that even the idea of movement feels distant, almost unnecessary, as if everything that once required effort has quietly fallen away, leaving only this soft, steady presence that surrounds you and holds you without weight, without pressure. Your breathing is still there, gentle, slow, but now it feels less like something you are doing and more like something that simply exists, rising and falling on its own, like the quiet tide of an ocean far away. And somewhere within that same quiet, the horse remains, not as an image, not as something separate, but as part of the same calm that now carries you. Its breath blending into the rhythm of the night, its body resting fully against the earth, a presence that no longer needs to be seen to be felt. And in this space, there is nothing left to notice, nothing left to follow, no thoughts asking for your attention, no sounds pulling you away, only stillness, deep, uninterrupted stillness, the kind that feels endless, the kind that does not move forward or back, but simply is. Your body now completely at rest, every part of it supported, every part of it released, as if you have gently settled into the safest place you have ever known. Your shoulders soft, your chest open, your face calm, your eyes fully closed, not holding, not resisting, just resting. Your mind no longer forming clear thoughts, only faint traces that drift through and disappear without leaving anything behind, like soft clouds dissolving into an empty sky. And even those traces begin to fade, leaving longer spaces of quiet, deeper spaces of nothingness, where there is no need to understand, no need to be aware, just a gentle, natural slipping into rest. The night feels vast, but not overwhelming, wide, but not empty. It holds everything quietly, the field, the sky, the horse, and you, all part of the same soft presence, the same steady calm. And as you remain here, fully relaxed, fully at ease, something even deeper begins to take over. Not something you control, not something you guide, but something your body has always known how to do. A quiet drifting downward into sleep. Your breathing slower now, almost imperceptible. Your body heavier, yet lighter at the same time, as if it has let go of everything it was holding and now simply rests, supported completely. Your awareness fading further, not suddenly, not all at once, but gradually, gently, like a soft light dimming in a quiet room, until even the sense of being here begins to soften, and the calm you have entered becomes everything, the only thing, steady, peaceful, unbroken. The horse continues to rest somewhere within that same stillness, breathing slowly, deeply, its presence unchanged. A quiet reminder of the rhythm that carried you here, the rhythm that now carries you further, deeper, into rest. And there is nothing left to do, nothing left to follow, nothing left to hold on to. Only this calm, this soft, endless quiet, guiding you gently, effortlessly, into sleep, where everything becomes even softer, even slower, even quieter, until there is no longer a boundary between you and rest, no difference between breath and stillness, only a deep, peaceful, uninterrupted sleep that continues, calmly, endlessly, as the night holds you, gently, completely, and everything fades into silence and rest. And even now, after everything has softened, after the field has faded into a quiet memory, and the presence of the horse has dissolved gently into the calm that surrounds you, something remains, Not a thought, not a feeling you can name, but a quiet trace, like warmth left behind after a light has gone out. And that trace, that soft, steady calm, continues to hold you without effort. Your breathing is still slow, still deep, but now it feels distant, almost as if it belongs to the night itself rather than to you, rising and falling somewhere within the stillness while you drift further beyond it. Your body no longer asks for attention, it rests completely. Every muscle loose, every part supported, as if you have settled into a place where nothing can disturb you, nothing can reach you. Only rest exists here, only quiet, only that deep, endless calm that carries you further with each passing moment. The world outside this space has grown impossibly far away. Not gone, but no longer connected, no longer able to follow you here. And in its place, there is only this gentle, continuous silence, the kind that feels full, complete, like everything has found its place and no longer needs to move. The memory of the horse, its slow breathing, its quiet presence, remains somewhere deep within this calm. Not as an image, but as a rhythm, a steady, grounding pulse that continues without interruption, guiding you even now, further, deeper, into sleep. Your awareness has faded almost completely, no longer forming thoughts, no longer holding on to anything at all, only drifting, softly, endlessly, like a feather carried by a current you cannot feel but trust completely. And in that drifting, there is a sense of safety so deep that it requires no confirmation, no reassurance. It simply is, constant, unbroken. Your mind now fully quiet, your body completely still, your breathing soft and distant, everything slowing, everything fading, until even the sense of drifting disappears, replaced by something even simpler, even softer, a complete surrender to rest, a gentle falling into sleep that happens without effort, without awareness, as if you have always been moving toward this moment, and now, finally, you have arrived. The calm remains, the quiet remains. The soft, steady rhythm continues somewhere beyond thought, and you, fully at rest, fully at ease, drift completely into sleep, where nothing interrupts, nothing calls you back, only deep, peaceful, uninterrupted rest, continuing, softly, endlessly, through the night. And now, there is nothing left to follow. Nothing left to hold, no path to continue, no thought to complete. Only a quiet, endless softness that has already taken you in, completely, gently, without asking anything from you at all. The journey that brought you here has dissolved into stillness, and even the memory of that journey begins to fade, not because it is gone, but because it is no longer needed. Everything that mattered has already done its work. Every breath that slowed you, every moment that softened you, every quiet presence that guided you inward has led you here, to this deep, uninterrupted calm where nothing else is required. Your body rests in a way that feels complete, not partially relaxed, not waiting for anything more, but fully, deeply at ease, as if every part of you has remembered how to let go at once. Your breathing now so soft, so quiet, that it no longer draws attention. It simply continues somewhere in the background, steady, effortless, like a distant rhythm that never stops but no longer needs to be heard. Your mind, once filled with movement, now still, vast, open, with no edges, no center, just a gentle, quiet space where nothing forms and nothing lingers. And within that space, there is no urgency, no time, no direction, only rest, complete and unbroken. The night has fully taken you in now, not as something separate, but as something you have become part of. The darkness no longer feels like absence. It feels like comfort, like a soft place where everything can settle without resistance, where nothing needs to stand out, nothing needs to be defined, only the calm remains, steady, quiet, endless, and somewhere far beyond this stillness, the world continues. But it no longer matters. It no longer reaches you. You are here, fully at rest, fully safe, held within a silence that asks nothing and gives everything. The last traces of awareness soften even further, like a light dimming until it is no longer seen. Your thoughts have disappeared completely now, leaving only a deep, gentle quiet that continues without interruption. Your body, your breath, your mind, all resting together in perfect stillness. And there is no need to return, no need to wake. Only this, only sleep, deep, peaceful, uninterrupted sleep that carries you through the night, without effort, without awareness, just calm, just rest, just silence. And as everything fades completely into that quiet, there is nothing left at all. Only sleep, only peace, only the soft, endless stillness that holds you completely.